And now, it's time for a PSA, or Public Service Announcement, from your PBIS team, providing instruction in being safe, respectful, and responsible. On today's edition, the Media Center, and how you can be safe, respectful, and responsible. Remember, a safe raider cleans their area before leaving, moves around the area safely, and presents a pass when entering. Now let's see how some of our very school staff members respond to these Media Center expectations. In this scene, we come across a gaggle of no-gooders as they leave the materials behind after the bell has rung. A messy Media Center for all it seems. In our next scene, one of our no-gooders rolls across the table, and when passing between tables, knocks over two other library inhabitants. Finally, when one of our staff members enters, she crumples up her pass, throws it at the counter, and proceeds to speak with her friends. Not a safe use of a library pass.
Let's high-five to poor behavior, yeah!
Now let's see how a safe raider cleans their area before leaving, moves around the area safely, and presents a pass when entering. An exciting new Technicolor, world favorite in motion pictures. In our first scene, three young raiders dismiss quietly and safely upon the firing of our school's bell system. In our next scene, raiders push in chairs, making safe movement a possibility. Finally, our three heroes enter the Media Center and politely present their pass to Miss Niederkorn. Following this process, they're free to roam the Media Center. But a raider must also be respectful. Remember, a respectful raider keeps food, drink, and gum out, waits quietly in the checkout line, and is polite and uses appropriate voice levels. Now let's see how school staff members handle these expectations. In our first scene, our envoy of evildoers brings their illegal items inside. In our next scene, our envoy of evildoers are the cause of great disruption in the checkout line and mass hysteria. Finally, check your manners and appropriate voice levels at the door. Look who's here, our envoy of evil. Now let's see how a respectful raider keeps food, drink, and gum out, waits quietly in the checkout line, and is polite and uses appropriate voice levels. In our first scene, our heroes politely leave their snacks by the entrance of the Media Center. Hooray for cleanliness and down with general disgustingness. In our next scene, our heroes wait politely in line as Miss Niederkorn works through the checking out of their materials. Voices are polite, motions are polite, and space is appropriate. Great job! Finally, a raider must also be responsible. Remember, a responsible raider returns books and materials on time, uses shelf markers in non-fiction sections, and chooses a seat and remains on task. Let's check in on our staff. In our first scene, Mrs. Edel approaches Miss Niederkorn for the checking out of library materials. But she is not quite responsible enough to return them on time, as months seem to flash in front of us before she can ever be bothered to turn them back into the book return area. In our next scene, the Axis of Evil has made a full return as the non-fiction section is torn apart by the non-use of shelf markers. Really, Mrs. Grosland and Mrs. Edel appear to have a difficult time choosing a seat and remaining on task, preferring to throw their library materials across the room. Now let's see how a responsible raider returns books and materials on time, uses shelf markers in the non-fiction section, and chooses a seat and remains on task. In our first scene, one of our do-gooders checks out a library material with Ms. Niederkorn. And after only 2 weeks pass in front of our eyes, the book is safely returned to the book return area. Now someone else can enjoy a great read. In our next scene, the shelf markers keep the nonfiction section from being terrorized. Finally, our do-gooders sit in one seat and remain on task for the entirety of their experience in the media center. Thanks for watching. This has been a public service announcement from your school's local PBIS team, demonstrating both appropriate and inappropriate behavior in our school's media center, reminding you that you can and will be safe, respectful, and responsible.